in the nicest way.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time now for the part that is all Victor Allen as we bring you Victor Allen's own unique look at sports. Victor Allen's new Sportz, brought to you by the tall, dark, handsome one, the ones that ladies have nicknamed Sexual Chocolate. Here's Vick.
You know what? This is it. No one's ever said that. That's the only thing.
Daddy said it.
But you were looking kind of intense in those photos. Like you were giving it to us, you know?
Oh,
You were giving us that theater, that drama.
You know what? You got somebody in your team, dude.
Gotta feed her.
Yeah, you gotta feed her.
All
right. You gotta feed her. I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna leave it alone. All right, wait a minute. What? Suzette, you a Raiders fan?
Took too long.
You had to think about it. Let me do this. I got a second one. Wait a minute. I got a second one. Wait a minute. We got another one. Before we get into the Philadelphia Eagles.
Who's the?
Eagles.
Eagles.
Yeah, because they're Eagles right now. They're not Eagles yet. But you're not a Raider fan?
No, not really. I'm not from here. I'm a Bears.
Oh, go ahead.
The Bears.
Okay. We can get
Y'all
to
been
them.
waiting a long time. But they have wonderful pizza.
Yeah, this okay.
And those wonderful Chicago dogs.
Yeah.
That wonderful bright green chili.
Yeah.
Relish.
Relish. I know.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta keep
Yeah, Chicago, I know. Everywhere I go, I eat.
Yeah. Okay, let me go on and get into this before he goes.
That's why the girls know me so
He's
well.
going to get out of control. He's already going down that pathway. Okay, here's the question. I'm going to have to set it up because he's gone already. You know, Mario, we watched the football over the weekend. And, and the one
with
thing.
no women. Unfortunately.
I wasn't happy about that.
Yes, we wanted women. We wanted women
No.
to be with us, but it wasn't absolutely mandatory for the football.
He hasn't had a woman watch football with him.
Some watch football.
How
Some
long?
do. Some make you hot, potato skins and, stuff like that. Leave you alone.
Okay, that's not an endorsement. Let me go on over to this. Okay. All right, here's the question because it's going to come up. You had Tiger Woods. You had NASCAR. You even had some football. You had some other things. All of it. But everybody knows that. Did you see Philadelphia being 1-4 at this time of the year? And with that question, the first one, how bad are things in Philly?
Well, it's pretty bad because all they have is cheesesteaks anyway.
See,
terrible
this is why.
food.
No, you know what? This is not helping.
That's why they have such a bad attitude. And you know what? Philadelphia fans, certain fans are notorious for being kind of aggressive.
You're being...
And they really are in Philly.
Okay,
Everybody knows Philly fans are really aggressive. They talk a lot of shit. Probably because, I'll tell you this, that bad diet, constipation runs rampant. So... That's why
you see,
they get upset.
He didn't even get to... You see how he just ignored the whole thing? He's talking about food. I'm trying to talk about sports.
I was trying to insult Philly fans as much as I can, even though my family's from Philly.
That's right. That's right.
Really?
Yeah. So, okay, let me bring it back. I'll say this. It's going to be hard on this. It's only 5 games in. Philadelphia actually probably feels that, their heart rate has gone up because... There was a number of turnovers by Michael Vick. Okay, now Michael Vick is doing
4
the Vick.
interceptions.
I know, 4 interceptions. 2 probably on his own teammates not holding onto the ball. I'm going to say this, Mar. This is the part I think.
That's true.
I'm going to say this much. I'm not giving Michael Vick a pass as it relates to the interceptions. You throw them, you lose the game. New York Giants went through that, I think, with Arizona, I believe. Or Seattle, I'm sorry. So the bottom line is this. I just want to know, how bad is it in Philly? And we're gonna get some choices here. When I say bad, we're going to find out if it is that bad, who's more at fault for it. So we're going to take it from the general manager down to the coach, to the offensive line, defensive line. We're going to go through it. But if it's that bad, before we get there, we're going to ask the question, and not to answer it yet, will they make it to the playoffs? So you say it's bad, right?
It's bad.
Okay.
Bad like gym clothes left in the bag over the weekend.
Okay.
Bad.
All right.
Bad.
I'll give you a term. I'm going to give you a term. Here we go.
Mushrooms.
Yeah, it's wrong.
That's pretty
It's
bad.
wrong. You know what, Suzette? If you hear a term that you say, okay, I think it's that big, you can do that. You can follow it because you go like, I'm following the Bears. I'm not following Philly. You don't care about Philly, do you?
No, not really.
They can just go away, right?
Yeah.
Who's your favorite player if you have one on the Bears? Jay Cutler.
Yeah.
That's what I know.
What you said?
That was good. Just like my workout. That's like my workout.
I just saved
Same
her.
thing.
Yeah.
I just saved her. All right, here it is. I'm gonna run through these, and whatever. If you guys just want to chime in, he said it's that bad. Fine, here we go. Is it not bad, good, better than expected, okay, urgent, dire straits, or far worse, Mario? Which one?
Dire straits, you know.
Wow.
Wow.
Because people don't know what that means anyway.
See,
They don't really know.
See,
Dire. I'd say, like, go up to some brothers and say, you in some dire straits. They say, man, these are skinny jeans. They are not no dire straits.
You see,
So
no
I'm just
cooperation.
saying. I'm just saying.
None.
But let's just say it's bad. I'll tell you it's bad in Philly.
It's bad, isn't it?
And who deserves it more anyway? Except New York.
Okay. Okay, so you say, you're saying it's dire straits.
Dire, man.
What's worse, dire straits or far worse?
Well, you said far worse, and you
Yeah.
put it after dire straits.
I know. That's
So it's got to be far worse. Far worse.
Straight sounds like
Okay,
the
see, you said not
absolute
far
worst.
worse. You
I
said far worse
with a T.
By worst, by definition, it means you're at the end. See, worst is a matter of degree.
Dire
Worst is
sounds
the
like
end.
That's the end. Like that's it. You're dead.
It's
like,
dire.
Dire straits.
Yes.
It was a wonderful group. They had a song, "Money for Nothing." Remember that? "Money for Nothing."
Look at
Dire
Suzette.
straits.
Look at Suzette is gone. She's
Girl,
gone.
you had to be there. It's cool. It's back in the glam,
Well,
big
it's
hair.
just sometimes I don't know if you're making it up.
That's
or
all. That's good. That's good. That's what I want.
if you're, you know what I mean.
That's
See,
the way I love it.
see.
Keep confused, Vic.
Yeah, I know. That's his whole journey is to keep you off balance.
Keep them confused.
All right.
Sleeping in the wet spot.
Yeah, okay, let's go on to. Let me do this. All right, now that Mario's had his moment, this is where he has to chime in when he doesn't have a lot of information. If a change is to be made, what should it be? And I'm gonna just give you some names, and you tell me where should they start the change at? If you feel it's a change, should it be at general manager, coach, quarterback, defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator? Who do you believe is more liable for the
Oh,
state?
Vic, this is a setup question. You see, he doesn't realize I already know. The controversy with the Philadelphia Eagles is that their defensive coordinator, it's the first time he's coached defense since high school.
Bam. Bam.
Really?
So
There you go.
he's never been a defensive.
He's never been. He's
Even
got
though
it.
people say that, in defense of that, they say there are people who are special teams coaches that go to be head coaches, but he is a offensive coordinator in the past, has been that way for years.
Absolutely.
And this is the first time in a long, long time
yes.
that he's done defensive coaching. And he's doing it at the end. And people saying, if you're going to start, should it be at the NFL level?
Yep. Yep. He hit
I don't know.
Yeah. And so
Make that money.
You
get
already-
that cheddar.
right. So
Next thing I hire Suzette and I to coach. I know we will look good.
And cut the check.
That's right. We will look good on the sidelines too, girl. I know what to wear on the sideline.
so you already tossed up the defensive coordinator as
Yeah,
the
I
cat
already
that's
see
going
you.
out.
That's
the
right.
first one that's going down right now. Will the defensive coordinator last throughout this year? Now, I mean, you can't if they go lose
Yeah.
another game, they're at 1-4, right?
Well, it depends what happened. Well, you can't criticize him. It's gonna be all that nana in the mouth. You can't criticize him without criticizing the person who hired him,
right.
which is Andy Reid.
Right, which is kind of the overseer, so to speak, right?
Overseer, Vic. I'm not sure if that
Because
that one doesn't go over well
with
with the brothers.
What about
overseer?
you know?
I don't know if
here
I
we
use
go.
that. How about you, Suzette?
Here
That
we
sounds a
go.
little.
Well, I was like, do you mean the general manager?
There you go.
Like-
See, thank you. You
I felt the whip.
She's part.
He's
You know
the
what?
overseer.
You're
No,
participating.
no.
You're participating. See what he wants to do. You did a great job. I was about to say GM.
Who's the slave master of the team?
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Because somewhere along the way, the GM's gonna toss somebody else up before he goes, right?
He gonna have to. Somebody. Well, that's assuming they don't. First of all, you're assuming that they continue to do poorly. Perhaps they won't.
Okay.
Perhaps they'll have a change.
You're still
Is
cutting
this
the
what you
check.
really believe?
Huh?
Is this what you really believe?
No.
See, you always see. Thank you. You know what?
You gotta
come
practice
back.
bullshit.
You gotta come back.
You have to practice specifically saying bullshit to pretty women. Now, where was I?
Very good question. You know what, Suzette? Thank you so much. You put in perspective.
That's how you do it.
So we are all in agreement right now that the Philadelphia, if they lose the next game, Somebody's going to be served, do you believe?
No.
Okay. It's going to stay status quo.
Well, who is the next game, by the way?
Oh, I don't know.
It makes a difference who it is.
Yeah.
If you lose,
you know
if
what?
you lose to some bad team, it might be.
It doesn't make a difference.
It does. If you lose, some teams are embarrassing to lose to such a degree.
Right.
That you just go, oh.
I think the part that they've already lost some games that everybody, so it doesn't even matter. I'll tell you what. I hope they're not playing San Francisco because they're on a mission. That shows you the difference between a Harbaugh and a Singleton.
I'll tell you who Singletary. They're playing.
Okay, but let me do this then. I'm going to take it on out of here because bottom line, Mario, this is simple. Will they make the playoffs?
Hell no.
Oh,
hell no.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute, Suzette.
No,
I doubt it.
1-4 record. They won't make the playoffs, right?
I doubt it.
You doubt it?
I mean, they could just end up being the underdogs and they could come back.
But
you don't believe that.
I believe that. I think there's a synergy problem. I think they got the players. They're playing Washington. Not good. It's not good. It's not good. It's not good. Washington got a defense.
Conference. See, some people you don't want to lose because they're in your conference.
Yeah.
You were supposed to do better than them. So if you go in and lose to Washington, who everybody said in the preseason, you're supposed to be kicking their butt.
You don't lose your conference.
That could but I can't see him bailing on Andy Reid like that.
No, I don't think they are going to bail on Andy Reid. I do believe that somebody has to be served up. Because it's one thing to be told that you're ranked number 1 or 2 to go to the Super Bowl, maybe in the top 3 or 4, but not to make the playoffs at all.
So someone just has to take the blame. Someone has to fall on the sword, as they say.
And I'm going to say this, Mark. I wish I knew who hired the defensive coordinator. Andy?
Well, I don't know. I assume it was Andy Reid. I don't know because, it's all in every team, it doesn't work the same.
Right. And so if the defensive coordinator is more, because offensive coordinators are different because they deal with the mental part of the game. These are some of the smartest cats on the line. They're more mental, the whole thing. You get on the defensive side, it's like gorillas in the mist. And don't take that the wrong way. Don't take that the wrong way.
There's something in the mist. It got Carter. Something in the mist. That's why I had a flashback.
Yeah, I know.
Excuse me, that was another movie.
Don't go there. You guys can send me all the emails you want. I'm not talking about what you think. There's nothing there. Okay. All right. Now we can move on because now we get back to the subject at hand because Mario did a great job of setting up the tone for an icon who's probably, who his imprint's going to be here in football for a long time. And we're talking about Al Davis. And I think I was moved so much more with the coach when they won the game, Hugh Jackson, I believe that's his name. Man, he was on his knees. He was crying. It was something as if it was
that's a little much.
It's a little bit. Wait. Did you hear the speech in the locker room? Crying, the whole thing. Too much for you, right?
Yeah, the knees thing.
He's got you.
That
was on the side of the field, man. But they won. Did they win the game? How is this any different than the game that Brett Favre, when his father passed away, and I think they played against the Raiders?
He wasn't on his knees.
No, it was that the emotion of the game had a signature, right?
But Suzette, the knee thing. What do you?
I mean,
kind of down there when you get down on your knees.
But he was giving thanks to God.
Right.
Okay.
I think. Okay. No.
Like, let me just get on my knees and thank God.
You know what?
Okay.
This man, he's saying a prayer.
Okay, that's okay.
He's saying a prayer.
Okay, all right. That's what it was.
Okay.
That wasn't the image I had. But okay, that's why I'm glad for you to set it straight. Now I get it.
Because it was, I guess you're thinking of, it was a guy on his knees in a room full of other men. And
right.
Usually it's not pleasant.
It wasn't that.
It's not pleasant.
No.
That happens.
It wasn't
that.
But
half-clad men.
No.
And one's on his knees.
He was on the sideline, man.
Bad, you put it like that.
Okay, I'm just saying, get suspicious.
You know what? You see where he's trying to wrap it at. You see what he's doing.
I get it now that you tell me your way. That's
yeah, he was giving
whatever she said.
God.
That's what it was.
See, you see how he's the antagonist. You see what he does.
I said it was that.
He don't. But hey, you know what, Suzette? When basketball season comes in, bring in the subject about Shaq and see if he feels the same way. Talking to
Shaq's retired now.
That's all right. Bring in Shaq.
He's a wonderful rapper.
Right. Watch.
A gifted rapsman.
Wait, is he retired? Really?
Yes, he's done. He's out. He's gone. But we can still talk about Kobe.
Aristotle.
We talk about Kobe Bryant. Watch what happens. It'll be a different flavor. See,
the wonderful type of beef where they feed the cows beer.
See, here we go.
And they massage them and stuff.
Okay.
Are you a Laker fan?
Kobe beat.
Oh, I can't.
No, I'm not no Laker.
See?
No, hell.
Oh,
No, you're a damn Laker fan.
see, now you understand.
That's right.
Now you understand. He's from Jacksonville, Florida.
Who do you like?
I like the Bulls.
See, there you go. That's mine right there.
That's Rose
Chicago.
territory.
Right.
That's Rose territory. I
I
can't
told
be mad
you,
with Rose,
wonderful
man.
cuisine in
Forget
Chicago.
Forget it. Let me go on, Bob. Let me go
We
on
have
to the
good
next
food.
one. I got to go to the
They
next
do.
one. We're trying to see. I want you guys to notice what he did. When he did the Al Davis thing, you know, he did his thing, gave us some focus points, worked it out, set the imprint. Now you get to my sports segment and just trash it with food and
Let's
all
get
this other
back on
stuff.
you.
So
Let's get
thank
back,
you.
yeah.
I embraced it with food. You never trash
Thank you,
anything with
Suzette.
food.
You see what I have to struggle with?
Victor, you have the floor.
Thank you, babe. Thank you. Let me
I have
do-
Suzette.
Yeah, I know you do.
Which one would you guys rather have?
That's all right. Thank you. Here we go. Mario, we're gonna cover this. All right. You know, the question is gonna be, you jacked up, dude. The question is going to be, will the commitment to excellence excel or diminish? In other words, where do the Raiders go from here?
Up.
Here's the one thing. Now let me set this up because it's true. When you have a man or a person who has an imprint on all operations and he's removed, things are not the same.
No, they're better.
No, they're not the
better.
same. Are you saying
I
they're better?
listen, I told you I had to give tribute to Al.
Right.
But this is where we got to be real. We know that the team would not do better till he was actually kind of gone.
And we're not necessarily gone to the next place, just out of the
And
overseer
there's a
of our
time,
hands
right,
all in there.
There's
Right.
going to be a day when I have to let Pax Stereo have to step down and turn it over to some fine-ass Redbone, probably. But I'll do it. I'll step
Will
down.
things be better?
There
Yes.
will be.
Yes.
You have
Yes.
a lot more of
Yes.
other stuff.
Yes.
But I like how you said basically the man had to be dead for things to
I
get
didn't say
better.
dead. I said
gone. You ain't
gone.
say he hadn't played
I didn't
on the
mean
team
dead.
anymore.
I
You
said
he basically had to be gone, which meant things weren't going to be better till the dude was in the grave.
I didn't say all that. He could have taken a long trip, one of them really wonderful trips they take all through the Orient.
You were like, he
shopping.
can't be around
Thank you, Suzette.
anymore.
How about one of those Chinese shopping trips?
See what he's doing?
Those are wonderful. Take like 3 weeks, 6 weeks shopping in China. You know you'd go to. Take Suzette.
What you saying? I know about that. I
You know
didn't
she's
know
been
he's
shopping.
China.
She's been shopping somewhere for weeks.
Let me say this.
She was shopping somewhere.
Honestly, this is going to be hard, really, because look, one thing we're saying is we're not making light of the man's passing. His accomplishments is
We're not.
it's really off the chain. Now, with that being said, we're not insiders. We're not in the
No.
locker room. We are fans of the Raiders.
are.
When the Raiders don't win, all we know is they're not winning. So what I want to do, Mario, since this is paying homage to those who are before us, during our time and after, what I mean by that,
Yes.
fans. We want to rate the best decades of Al Davis. He was a decades man. That's
80s.
the difference. Okay, no, hold on. Let me give the choices. It says some of our listeners are not taking the view on it. He actually started in football before. He was in the 50s, but I'm going to start which decade was the most productive and winningest decade. The 60s to the 70s, 70s to 80s, 80s to 90s, 90s to 2000, and 2000 to 2010. Now, Mara, I'm going to rate them 1 to 5, and you tell me 1 to 5 each decade what number you want to give him.
Okay,
All right.
Vic, this is down. Let me get it right.
Yeah.
He always makes it a test.
No,
All right, I got
he could go
1
read.
to 5.
Just go read.
Like a Cosmo contest.
You just go read.
Okay, I'm ready, I
You are
think.
making us
Let me
think
get,
about
yeah, all
it.
this extra. You got to get it out of the head and shit.
I'm like, pull it up,
Right.
'cause I don't remember.
Right.
See the-
Yeah, write some shit down.
Steve Jobs made this job easy.
Right.
Steve sat back and said, read the screen. They don't read the screen.
I
They
can't
sit
tell.
there-
It's
Thank
not
God.
little bitty tight, little bitty tight. I can't even see that shit over there.
5 to 7.5.
Let's go. And notice how he's, see, that's all right. Watch when I get him next time. Watch.
I can't help my eyes going bad.
Put
All
your
that
glasses on,
masturbation
man.
when I was young.
Put your glasses on. It's a pimp world, man. You could just,
I had to stop last year. What?
all right. Here you go. 60s or 70s, Mario. Rate 1 to 5. What was it?
60 to 70s.
Yeah. You was 18.
That was a good decade for him. That was a 4.
That's a 4. Good. What about the 70s to the 80s? A Super Bowl winner then.
That's also that's a 5.
5. You win. He had 2 Super Bowls, 80s to 90s.
That's another 5. He did. Then that's where it ends.
Wait, no, wait. Wait. No,
Boom, where's the sound?
Wait.
Oh, no.
Wait. See, this is the part where he's getting ahead of himself. Now, not necessarily did it go that bad because the 80s to 90s, you have to understand, part of that overlap from the Super Bowl in the 80s, it still had some success there.
He has,
Now, 90s to 2000, they were in the playoffs. They were in the hunt.
They're okay, but that was the
AFC championship games. All right, 1-5. What do you want to say there, man? 1-5. I mean,
3.
A 3.
No,
Okay,
that's not bad.
That's not bad.
They were like in the middle because they actually were considered to be contenders.
Yes, sir.
Throughout that decade, on and off.
Yeah.
Just underperformed every time.
And they were in championship games in the AFC, so they were there in the mix. So
underperformed.
I would say it was a strong 3. We were doing.
They did okay.
Yeah.
They didn't. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It's not bad. Now, 2000, 2010. Now I should say 11, but it's.
Where am I sound?
Now here's the part. This is. See, this is the part he's being judged on. For everybody who's fans now, we only see this and the most recent, and they've been one of the most losing teams in the last decade. So rate it 1-5, man.
2, like Janet said.
Wow.
What have you done for me lately?
Yeah.
I really thought you were going to say 1.
Okay,
yeah, I did
it's
too.
close to 1, but it wasn't totally a 1. Because Vic, they
reached the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and they had some okay things in there.
Yeah, they reached the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So it's the part that we're looking at is that
early on they did. Yeah, they were just underperformed.
Underperformed. So a 2, I agree. So right now, they have to dig out of a hole, and the hole is here's the hole. Somebody has to take the reins of an organization that had his imprint. Do you think it will ever have that same thing? I mean,
no, it'll be different. It'll be better.
Ooh, wow.
Imprint's got to change. Can't keep the same imprint.
Wow.
How you gonna have a 1950 imprint and it's 2000?
I feel you.
It's time. It's like everybody imprint. One day, Suzette won't look this good. Nah, it's gonna happen.
You know what? What kind of analogy is that?
You know long time off. Long.
You know what? If
long time down the road. Long time.
One day, Suzette will just be.
I already peaked. So y'all can talk about me.
Seasoned and wonderful.
I already peaked. I'm on that slide.
All right. We're going to leave that one alone. So at this point right now, here's the last question going out, Mario.
Yes, sir.
For the Oakland Raiders, if you had to predict when they will be, not win the next Super Bowl, but be in the Super Bowl, what year or how long will it be before we see them in the Super Bowl?
Why did you say playoffs?
No, Super Bowl, man. This is commitment to excellence. You don't get treated
Super
like
Bowl,
Cleveland.
They could because I think they're on a really good movement kind of now, trend.
A nice turn.
Yeah, I think they're going to make playoffs.
But you can't
I think they're going to make playoffs this year.
But you can't say
no,
for sure.
Hell no, I can't see it.
Will they be in the Super Bowl within 5 years?
Probably.
3 years.
I don't think so.
I think it would take about 5+ years.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
It takes like almost a decade for a team to recover.
That's right.
Even when Phil Jackson left the Bulls, like it took a long time
sure
for them
did.
to bounce back from
That's
that.
right.
Now they have D Rose.
Wow. You know something?
City's never been the same.
You can actually, Suzette, whenever you want Mario not to be on the sports program, just let me know in advance, okay? You're doing a good job.
Sporty outfits like football jerseys kind of thing.
Very, very good.
Preferably
Very
cut
good.
off like one of those.
I gotta cut it off.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Hey, very good
If
answer.
I wear one, you gotta wear the same thing. Too.
I will wear my sports bra.
Okay, let me leave that out. Let me go. I'll say this. I'll give them. I think things can turn around so quickly that the way it looks right now, I think they have an even chance because I think the reins are going to be cut loose in a way where people are now going to
even
not
chance
have to.
For what?
You
made me give a year. You get to say even chance.
I'm saying
even chance.
That's true. Though.
Now what year?
Right.
3 years or 5 years?
I'm gonna say it. I'm about to say it. I'll say it's not going to be this year. It's not going to be next year. But I do see that they have a chance, a good chance, because San Francisco's proven
You didn't ask me to say
3
they
years.
had a chance.
I'm gonna say 3.
You asked us for chance assessments.
3 years in the Super Bowl.
Well, it's his segment. Let him run.
I know,
it.
he-
That's why you always set up the question. Where'd you get the hot picks? Where'd you get the hot picks? Yeah, set up again.
Oh, wait a minute. See, the part I like about this is when your credibility is on the line, Suzette. Nobody wants to give black and white answers like politicians. They never want to answer the
always
question.
give black and white
No,
answers.
you don't. No, you don't. You want to say
Yes.
you want to skirt it.
I always tell them I love you more than I love myself.
All right.
I think.
Do you believe? Let's go to Do You Believe and just take you out of here so we can get to the hot picks. All right, in the Do You Believe section, this is an exit question, or more or less, has somebody's time arrived? And Tim Tebow finally made a statement
Go,
yesterday.
Timmy!
Now, Tim Tebow, when replacing Kyle Orton against the San Diego Chargers, arrived. Well, do you believe the arrival is now, and they're now not going to go back to Kyle Orton, Mario? Do you think this is Tim Tebow from here on out?
I think it is. I think it's the time.
You think it's the time?
Yes. I'm rooting for Tebow.
Yeah,
I like Tebow.
Did
I
he-
like his heart. So what? And he's an underdog. And I love rooting for underdogs any damn way. So he's an underdog. No, I'm rooting for him.
You're rooting for him.
Yeah.
And did he produce?
Yes, he did.
He
came
produced.
through.
Not a lot of yardage in passing, but he made an impact
And
in scoring.
you could feel his presence of leadership. He brought a spark. Sometimes you need a spark up your butt. Not me, of course, but other folks.
Wait a-
That's
Up the butt?
Well, whatever.
Poor Suzette.
It worked.
Poor Suzette. You know what? We're talking football, and you had to go right. I know. You had no choice, right? I know. I'll say this. I think enough has been said. I think Tim Tebow, they shouldn't go back. They shouldn't go back. He came in, and he put his imprint on 2 scoring touchdowns. Whether he put in a lot of yardage, he has something that works, the intangibles.
Yes.
Leave him there.
Nothing like those intangibles.
All right.
All right, you guys, and get your intangibles.
Down.
That's Victor Allen's New to Sports. Victor Allen's own sexy, neo-urban looking sports. Hot, hot, and bad. So tune in and get some. Oh.
I like that profile photo with the glasses.